What's up, creators? It's Curtis, and in this video I'm going to give you a beginner's guide, a step-by-step tutorial on how to connect MyDesigns to your Etsy shop so that you can sell print-on-demand products. And the goal with this video and the blog post that goes with it is to educate you on the basics of MyDesigns so that you can get your first products published in less than 20 minutes. So with that being said, let's jump right into it. Alright, so the very first step you need to take is you need to go to mydesigns.io and register for an account. You can do that by clicking to get started, and you'll fill out the account registration form. Once you're done, you can log in, and that will redirect you to the dashboard here. I'm actually on the listings page, but once you're done registering, then you'll be redirected to the dashboard page, and the very first thing we need to do is actually connect your Etsy shop. So in order to do that, you'll go to Settings, and then you'll scroll down to Shops. Click that. And up here at the top right, you'll see we have Connect Etsy, Connect Shopify. We do have an Amazon integration coming soon, and then we're going to start working on TikTok. But this video and this guide is for Etsy. So before you click Connect Etsy, you need to make sure you're logged into your Etsy shop. Now, if you don't have an Etsy shop created, I suggest you pause this video, go create an Etsy account, and then set up an Etsy shop. And there's a lot of different guides on that that are available for free on YouTube and online. So figure out how to set up an Etsy shop, and once you're done with that, you'll log into it. As you can see here, I'm logged into my demo shop. And next step is to go back to MyDesigns. And again, there's also guides right here for these processes, but this is really easy. So once you're logged into your Etsy shop, come up and click this Connect Etsy button, and you'll click Connect. Now that will go out to Etsy, and you'll need to authorize this. You see this should open up pretty soon. I think it's already been authorized on one of my other, or on this account before I disconnected it. So I believe this is already connected. So I just refresh the page there. And in some cases, you might need to do that. If it's a new account, it probably isn't likely. But just in case, just refresh the page and you'll see this Connect Shop button. So just click Connect Shop. And that should be done. Now again, you shouldn't have to refresh like this, but I already had this shop connected before I disconnected, so that's why. But in case you do, that's how you can fix that. But this is connected. You can see I have my Etsy shop connected, and these are different settings you can apply. I can actually turn that off, meaning orders will be automatically fulfilled. Or I can leave it on where I have to approve each order. But this is good to go. You might want to also click Sync Shipping Profiles while you're here, just to get that out of the way. And that way it creates the shipping profiles for MyDesigns for the different products you're selling. Anyway, the next step after you connected your shop successfully is to add a payment method to your MyDesigns account. And what that's for is to process print-on-demand orders from your Etsy shop as they come in. So let's go over to payment methods. And right here you see this add credit card. We accept all major credit and debit cards. So you can add your card number, the name, the year, the security code, etc. and then add that card. Now keep in mind you can also add multiple payment methods to your shop. But in this case I already have one connected, as you can see here. So we are good to go. So once your payment method is connected, the last step in order to publish products is to add a return address to your account. So you'll see that here in settings as well. You go to address, click that. In this case, I have the MyDesigns return address here. So you can actually use this if you don't want to use your own address. And what this return address is used for is it goes onto the shipping labels for the products you're selling. That way, if there's, for whatever reason, it's not being able to be delivered, which is extremely rare, then it will be returned to that address. So I suggest you either use your own address, especially if you have a business that has a business address. I suggest you use that. You could use your personal address if you like, which a lot of people do. Or if you really like, you can use the MyDesigns print address. There's a link here in the community under FAQs. So I suggest you use that if everything else fails. So that is another option. But anyway, once you've had your return address added, you'll click Save Address. Now you have the main steps done. You've created your MyDesigns account. You connected your Etsy shop. You added a payment method to process print-on-demand orders when they do come in. And keep in mind, we do not process those orders until you already get the order on Etsy. So you're making your profit on what you're charging on Etsy. And the MyDesigns charges you the base cost to print and ship the products to our fulfillment network. And that's where we charge you that base cost. And then again, you'll collect the profits from Etsy. And then the last step, of course, is to add your return address. So once you've done those 4 steps, you are done. You can actually publish products to Etsy now. So let's move on to the next step. Okay, now the fun can begin. So now that we have the basic configurations out of the way, I'm going to go over to the listings page. You can see that in the left menu here. This is really where all the magic happens. This is an extremely powerful page with a lot of different features and functions. It's basically like you set up your listings. You can turn those listings into products that you can sell on Etsy, Shopify, and eventually other marketplaces. But with that being said, there's two ways to do this. I'm going to cover both briefly. You either have pre-made designs that you upload to MyDesigns to a listing. So first and foremost, you see listings up here. See where it says home? That is your home base. That's your collection. What I do highly suggest you do is click on that, go add folder, and I'm just going to say Etsy demo video. This is the folder I'm going to create. So I'm going to add that folder, and you can see it created it, and now I'll find it here and open it. I'm going to add one more folder here. I'll just call it demo collection because it's for this video. You can name this whatever you prefer. Now, if you're doing batches of certain types of designs within a certain niche, it would make more sense to name this that niche. But it's completely up to you. Now, you do want to use the default template that is built for Etsy. So this is perfect. Just give your folder a name, use the default template, hit add folder. Let's open that. And then down here, you can click open folder. So that is how you can kind of organize your folders, which you can then upload designs to or use our Canvas editor to create designs. So the first thing I'm going to cover here is you can see that I'm in this collection now. So I can go to upload and go to upload files. And you can either drag and drop those from your computer, which I already have a folder here of some designs I want to use. These are for this demo. Or you can just click that to open up your window here and just select these. Click open. You'll see that they're all here. So now I can just click upload and confirm. And you'll see that these are processing. So it's uploading all these designs now. It shouldn't take too long. And once that's done, I'll show you how the listings page works. All right, so that is done. So you can see that I have all of these designs here. Now let me change the view to list view. This is probably what you'll see. Again, the collection that you set up with that default template is perfect for Etsy. You can see the tag field requirements here, 0 out of 13 tags, the title fields, the character limits, everything's set up perfectly for Etsy. So you don't have to worry about going over whatever their limits are. We'll give you a little warning here and have additional validation during the publishing process. But not to complicate things, let's get back to it. So I just uploaded 10 designs from my computer. So if you're using other software like Canva, Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator to create your designs, that's completely fine. You can upload them into a collection like I just did. But another really cool thing I wanted to touch on briefly is we have this Canvas editor here. This is our own graphic design tool right in the browser, built custom by us. It's extremely powerful. You can think of it like a simplified version of Canva, built more specifically for print on demand and eventually digital products too. But you can come over here, and I'll just keep this quick. I'm going to go to templates. You can find all the product templates in our product catalog for print on demand. So I'm going to go with a really popular t-shirt, a unisex t-shirt, the Bella 3001. So I can click that. You can see it gives me the perfect template for this shirt. And I'm going to turn the back, to make the background transparent by clicking that little eyeball there. Now I can actually just create designs. So there's a lot you can do. We do have elements. I'm not going to cover the entire Canvas system. I just want to go over one really important part of it. We have the elements, which is over 10,000 vectors that you can use to create designs with. So I can, for instance, add this here. And then I could change the color of this to whatever you want. This will change any of these colors because this is actually an SVG-based design. So there's a lot you can do to modify that, which is really cool. So if you have your own SVGs, you can upload them to the Canvas editor and actually modify those. But I just wanted to touch on that briefly. I'll add this heart here. I want to show you the text system just so you can see how this works briefly. This is a very bad example, but it should give you an idea of basically what you can do. So if you're not a graphic designer and you're looking for a way to create designs, you don't have these other subscriptions to these other popular graphic design tools, that's not a problem. You can actually create really high quality designs right here in MyDesigns. And even more importantly, if you create them in our Canvas editor, this is so amazing. You can save them when you save them to a collection. So to that folder we created here, you can save them as an editable design. And by doing that, you can edit that design at any given point. So when you go through our publishing process, which I'll touch on briefly later in this video, at the end, you can turn on personalization, which is extremely popular with Etsy and print-on-demand products. That way, the customer purchasing your product on Etsy could personalize it, like add their name, add their whoever they're gifting it for, like a birthday date. There's so many different ways that products can be personalized. But you can create it, save as an editable design, publish it as a personalized product. And then on our orders page here inside MyDesigns, you can open up that order. It'll show you the personalization message and request from the customer and very quickly edit that click approve, it creates a new print file, and then you hit approve and it sends it off to the printer. And we're going to automate all that in the future, but it's extremely intuitive, all built in. So with that being said, I wanted to touch on that. You see we have over 4,000 fonts here, but you can now also upload your own custom fonts, which would be stored right here. But let's change this font just so you can see. And we'll make this a bit bigger. Spread that out. And again, this is a very basic example, but I wanted to show you. So I'm going to save this to a collection. We'll just say test. Again, always save as editable if you do want to offer personalization. So that is just a very basic example of how you can create designs in the Canvas editor. Again, I'll make a video that's much more specific about all the key details here. Another really cool feature, we have Dream AI. So I do want to touch on this really quick. This is AI image generation technology. So you can actually just put a text prompt in here. You see we have, depending on the model you're using, we have DALL-E 3, which is from OpenAI, from ChatGPT. We have Stable Diffusion XL, which is really popular. And we also have Stable Diffusion 3 coming very soon, which is going to be incredibly good, especially at text generation and high-quality image generation. But anyway, you see these are some of the designs that were generated earlier. Again, this is a demo account, so we do have a few people using it. So I'm going to scroll down and kind of see what we have here. But this is really cool. So if you're not a graphic designer, you can actually just create designs just from a text prompt. So you can add them to the canvas here. So this is a good example. So a very simple design, but you see how it has a white background? Another thing to touch on, I'm going to go to Edit Photo. We have different effects here. So remove background, upscale image, vectorize image. So if I want to remove the background, I can just click that. It requires credits, but you get those on the Pro and Pro Plus plan, or you can always buy them. But you see like that, the background's removed now. So this is amazing. And every time you do that, it's going to be in your upload folder here. So that way, if you do remove the background of an image, it's always stored here forever unless you go through and delete it. But anyway, I'm kind of getting too carried away with this. But I did want to show you some of the features. The Dream AI is really incredible for generating graphics, especially if you don't know how to design. But now let's get back to us. I did save this simple design to a collection, this demo collection. So let's go back to the menu and go to listings. Now you can see this is here. Now real quick, any design that you create in our Canvas editor and you save as editable, you can click this little paintbrush icon on it. And I can actually change this at any given point. So if I had my name here, let me just add this and I can hit overwrite. And you'll see that that will update accordingly. Takes a minute, but there you go. So that is how the Canvas editor works at a very basic level. Again, you can make really high quality designs in that can be offered as personalized, which is amazing. So I'm going to actually delete this because it was just for an example, but let's select that. Actions, delete listings. Again, I only have one listing selected, as you can see up here, 1 out of 11. So I'm going to delete just that listing. Now it's gone. Okay. So now that you understand how to upload designs and how to create designs with the Canvas editor, at least at a very basic level, the next step is to essentially add our listing data. So I'm talking about your titles, descriptions, and tags for this particular product. And with this design, I'm actually going to offer it as a Bella Canvas 3001 unisex t-shirt. Very popular choice across the board. So that's what we're going to do. And there's one more thing I want to show you. What we recommend, in fact, we'll just do that during the publishing process. So let's jump right into it and generate that listing data. Okay, so let's add listing data to these listings. You can see that this has, beach bum. These are all a vintage beach type of design for the summer, like vacations, etc. You see there's quite a few of them here, 11 different designs. And the amazing thing of MyDesigns that nobody else offers is you can do everything in bulk. So you don't have to waste time doing the same process over and over. I'm talking about generating mockups, publishing products. Traditionally, you do this one by one. That's how you have to do this. But with MyDesigns, we kind of reinvented this entire process. So it takes a second to get used to it. But once you do, I'm telling you, it will more than 10x your workflow. It'll also maximize production. You'll get way more done with way less time involved. But anyway, with that being said, we have some really cool features. So I'm going to select all 10 of these. You see that I selected these. Now, what most people do, if you're a beginner, is you would figure out how to optimize your titles, your descriptions, and your tags for Etsy's search system, for their algorithm. So you can hopefully rank higher in their search results. So what you call SEO, search engine optimization. So you'd optimize your listings around that. But we have a feature called Vision AI that will actually scan your designs based off a product and write the listing for you. It's only available to Pro and Pro Plus, so I highly suggest you upgrade because that is going to save you so much time and get rid of so much guesswork and give you highly SEO optimized listings out the gate. And that's what I'm going to actually focus on today. Now, of course, you can go through, and add your titles, your descriptions, I'm going to add a few here just so you can see how it works. You hit enter or just put a comment. I'll put the tags in here. You can have up to 13 different tags. So you get the idea there. Add your description here. Now, of course, you can also copy and paste. If you're using ChatGPT or other services that are helping you generate descriptions, you can do that. Or if on our product catalog, there's features. But with that being said, I wanted to show you, of course, you can enter data manually. Now, that's very time consuming. But what I really love is Vision AI. So if I come up here, again, I have all 10 of these selected. So it's going to apply this to all 10. I'm going to click Vision AI. This is trained on basically best-selling Etsy data. So it understands, it can look at your design, it can scan it, and understand how to write the best type of listing for it. So I'm going to give it an input file. So whenever you see input file in MyDesigns, that's the file you're feeding, like the service. So down here, these are file slots. I could always drag and drop different designs into these, but this main file is where this file is located. So just so you understand, that's a file slot. These right here are what I call data sets, file slots, and of course your fields. So that's kind of the terminology we use around those. But now back to Vision AI. So the file slot, the input file slot is going to be main file. The type of t-shirt we're going to sell is going to be or the product we're going to sell is t-shirt. You can see there's a whole list of products here. And if there's not a product you want to sell, you can just click other and then just type that in manually. The platform, we're going to use Etsy, of course, in this case. And then we want to generate titles, descriptions, and tags. Now, if you didn't want to generate one of these, you could just uncheck it. But if you do want to generate it, title, descriptions, tags, you can see that the field it's going to place this data into is the title, description, and tags. And again, you can control that. But to keep it simple, it automatically maps for you. Now, product features, this is really cool. This is going to pull the product features for this product from our catalog. So I'm going to type the Bella 3001. You can see it here. And I'm going to have it add those to the end of the description. And custom instructions is really popular for if you want to more like customize the output of what the AI is going to write. But in this case, just generally speaking, this should work really well. So I'm going to click Generate Listing Data now that all these settings are in place, and click Yes, Run Vision AI. And you can see up here it's processing 10 jobs. So it's running that for every one of these listings. So there's 10 different listings here. And that shouldn't take too long. Then we'll have our titles, descriptions, and tags for Etsy. You can see it's already almost done. Ready to go. So give that just a second to finish up. And there you go. So we did not give Vision AI any keywords. All it did is scanned our designs. It knew what text was in them. It kind of understands the concept behind the designs and also understands how to optimize the titles, descriptions, and tags for Etsy, which is incredibly powerful. And the best thing about this, it did it in bulk. So if you look at this collection, now on the Pro plan, you can do this for up to 48 listings at once. In Pro Plus, you can do it up to 120 listings at once. And that will literally save you so much time on a weekly basis and allow you to get so much more done. Basically giving you so much more time back. You go back to research and doing the things you like and start automating the processes of your business that you do not like. They're repetitive. So you can look here. Let's read over a few of these. So Beach Bum T-shirt. You can see it got that text from the image with tropical palms, sunset graphic, casual summer tee, unisex vacation shirt. Fantastic title. It's optimized in the format that's great on Etsy. Tags, so beach bum tee, tropical shirt, sunset graphic, summer top, casual t-shirt, unisex tee, vacation shirt, palm tree design, pink sunset, beach wear, comfortable shirt, durable top, beach lover gift. So again, some of these tags might not be the best. You could definitely add more. So if you like durable top, you could get rid of that and then just add your own tags in there. So I always recommend you let Vision AI do 80 to 90% of the work. Then you go through and optimize it further as you see fit. You don't have to, but I do recommend that. Now the description, let's expand this field here. You see this is quite long. It has the product features from that Bella Canvas 3001, which is amazing. But you can see embrace the laid back lifestyle with this vibrant beach bum t-shirt, perfect for summer days and vacations, featuring a picturesque tropical palm scene set against a stunning pink sunset. And accented by delicate flowers and flying birds, this unisex tee is a must have for any beach lover, made with high quality materials for comfort and durability. This casual shirt is suited for beach outings, leisure strolls, or simply lounging around. Shop now to add a touch of paradise to your wardrobe. You can see that description is fantastic, and it's actually grabbing the product because we decided that we're going to sell that Bella 3001. It's grabbing those details because we selected that in Vision AI. So let's go down and just look at a few more of these. Beach Life. You see, literally, that's kind of even hard to read. Got it perfectly. Beach Life t-shirt, tropical summer tee, casual palm tree shirt, floral beach wear, vacation clothing, women's fashion top, gift idea. Tags, etc. look good. So you can see just what a good job this does for you. And this saves you so much time. And if you do not know SEO or how to do proper keyword research or optimize your listings, this is going to put you ahead of 80-90% of the people selling on Etsy for the most part. Anyway, with that being said, you see we have all of the titles, descriptions, and tags done in literally less than 5-10 seconds, maybe a little bit longer. Obviously, I'm taking longer to explain things, but you could really just generate that and then go publish. But at this point, we're ready to publish. And again, because we took the steps earlier to connect our Etsy shop, set the return address, add the payment method, you can actually publish now. It's up here in the top right. So I'm going to jump right into that. There are more advanced features and a lot more you can do on this listings page. Again, I'm trying to keep this tutorial very simple, very straightforward, so you can do the minimum to get your first products published, so you can see how easy that process is. Then you can start to learn the more advanced features, which will open up a world of possibilities. With that being said, let's go publish listings. There's two ways to do this. There's products, which is print-on-demand products, and there's digital, which we're going to touch on in a different guided video. So you want to click products to create these print-on-demand products. Now from here, you can map your fields. Keeping it simple, you can already see that the title, description, and tags are all mapped. Pricing is optional. You can completely ignore that. The clothing category is selected. Maybe what we'll do, I'll put t-shirt in here, just run a search. And it's a unisex shirt, so I'm going to go tops and tees, gender neutral adult clothing. Do that. And again, if you have multiple Etsy shops connected, which you can do at MyDesigns, you can select them here. Of course, you can select the platforms you have connected to. So in that case, it's going to be Etsy. So this step's good. Step one is inputting and kind of mapping your data, selecting your category, and of course your store. So the next step is to pick a product. So let's move to the next step. Again, we chose that Bell 3001 earlier. So I can come through here and just select that. And you'll see the different printers that you can choose to fulfill your orders as soon as they come in. So in this case, we have Swift POD, Printful, and MyDesigns. You can look at the average production time, the shipping rates, the price right here. Of course, all the different color options, and a little bit of information about the particular product you chose. You can see the size that's recommended over here, etc. So in this case, it looks like MyDesigns is the cheapest option, $9.15. So we're going to choose that. And from here, we are on the variants page. So you can choose your mockups, you can choose your colors and your sizes for your product. There's also multiple print areas. So let me just go over this really quickly. Might be a little bit overwhelming at first, but it's pretty simple. So the print area, I have front selected because we want to print this on the front of a t-shirt, right? You could also select back if you had two different print files, and then you can map that file to a different file slot here. Or if you only want to do back, you can uncheck front and do it that way. But we're doing front, so let's keep it there. Now, again, you could change the file. So if you had multiple files here, you could do that. One thing I do want to show you is like if I select more colors, you see we're going to generate a real-time mockup for you so you can see that. And there's different mockup options here too. So let's change it to this one for a moment. And if you want to turn a mockup off, you can just click it. So that way you can see it's generating these two. So that's another example. We can go here too. Maybe we'll do this one, turn this one off. I'll keep the mockup simple, but again, you have options here. And when you do learn the more advanced features, we have a mockup generator with over 10,000 really high quality mockups that will give you some awesome mockups to work with on your listings. And you can drag and drop these mockups to change their position. So with that being said, a few more things. Let me just grab a few more colors here. What do we got? Black, navy. This is like a lighter type of design, so we're going to go with darker colors. We'll add a green. That blue probably won't look too good. Let's go red. We'll just keep it like that. We'll keep it simple. Another thing is we have size charts built in. This is really cool because it'll actually show your design on it. So let's say if I want to choose the color for that size chart to be black. Now you can see your design's actually on it. And I'm going to change it to this one because it matches this mock-up here more realistically. So you can see we got the black, navy, green, and red colors. We got small, medium, large, extra large, 2XL, and 3XL. So you have all the sizes chosen. Now one more thing I wanted to show you here. Because we have 11 listings selected, right? You can see up here, I can preview. I can move through these. So let's move to the first mockup. So we're previewing it here. So I can rotate through these to kind of see what's going on. And you see that this is actually a little bit lower on the shirt. So what I recommend is you can open Canvas here. This is extremely powerful. And it's going to have the proper print guidelines already for this particular product. And you can see all of the 10 listings that we had selected. So I could go through this. You can see this one's already aligned to the top. Which is great. Let me just show you an example real quick. What if I wanted a pocket design? I could shrink this down, right click and click sync, and you can see that's going to apply that to all of these designs. Which is incredible because you can do that in bulk. But anyway, let's go back and position. I'm going to fit to artboard and then go back and sync. So you can see that's happening here. And on some of these, I'm going to manually adjust because I want it to be higher up towards the neck, because the top here is going to be the neck. So this one again, and that's also probably just a little bit too wide vertically. So you can, of course, adjust any of these manually if you like, or do everything in bulk with the sync feature. What I do recommend is you do the sync feature first, and then you can manually adjust things to touch it up. If you're creating your designs ahead of time and you know what you're doing, then this isn't going to ever really be needed because you're already using the proper sizes and guidelines, etc. But that should be it. So I'm going to click save. Now that's created and updated for every single one of those designs. It's so easy. All right. Now, again, I'm probably extending this a little bit too far. I just really want to explain all the different possibilities here. But let's move on to the next step. Now we chose our mockup sizes, colors. We adjusted the print file there. Now we can move on to the next step. So go to choose prices. And this is great. So now you can edit the price for every single variant. Of course, you can go through this and manually adjust each of these, $33.98. Obviously, that's going to be way too much work. So over here on the left, we have sizes. I have all sizes selected. I have all colors selected. And the action I'm going to use is replace. So I'm just going to change this to $33.98 and apply to all. You don't want to select current listing unless you only want to edit the current listing. But I want to apply it to all 10 of these. So I hit apply. Now, if I scroll up here, you can see that as I rotate through these, the pricing's all there. Now, another example of this is the 2XL and the 3XL cost more money. So very quickly, let's just say the 2XL, adjust that, $34.98, hit apply. Now you can see everywhere there's 2XL. That price is updating. You can see your approximate profit here. So with that being said, let's change that to 3XL and go up even more. So $35.98. You may be wondering, that's a really high price. Well, what I like to do is run a 50% off discount. So that cuts that in half. So I hope that makes more sense. Your profit would be more around $11, $12. But that's it for this step. You can see we very quickly in bulk adjusted the pricing for all 10 of these listings. So you can rotate through the listings here if you prefer. And it should actually rotate out the print file here, which doesn't seem like it is, but normally that would happen. So let's go to the next step. So on this step, now you can preview everything. You can preview your title, preview your pricing, descriptions, tags. And of course, over here on the right, you can do this for all these listings. You can see everything. Over here on the right, again, you have the publication platform. You selected Etsy. You have your store. If you need to change it last minute, you can. Who made it? What you actually want to do is another company or person. And then you would change that to the printer you selected. But you need to get Etsy production partners first. So for your first listings, you're probably not going to do that. But you would go through and just add the production partners. And then you can do that. If you're selling it as MyDesigns, as the fulfillment partner, you could use this address in the production partner on Etsy. I don't want to complicate it, so we'll just go back to I did a finished product, MyDesigns. You can see everything we selected, the colors. Now, again, like I talked about earlier, if you want to offer personalization, you can actually check that. You can check that it's required or not, and then you can enter the instructions for personalization. But now with that being said, let's check that off. This isn't personalized. I can click publish. Again, this is really amazing. Now we're publishing all 10 of these listings at once. So instead of doing this process over and over one by one, like you have to do with other platforms, you can just do this once, publish it in bulk, and once it's done, it'll be in the drafts folder on Etsy. So we'll give that a minute to finish up, then we'll move over to the drafts folder. All right, so you see that just finished. You get the notification up here. Hey, your Etsy POD job has been completed. So now we're going to go over to our Etsy shop. You'll go to the listings page here. You'll refresh it if you already had that open. And under draft, in this case, you can see all 10 of these are here. So I'm going to click that. And you can see we got all of our designs sitting here ready to go. Now you can click into this and actually make changes, adjust things. You can upload your own mockups, do whatever you need to do here, and then publish it. But I just wanted to show you this real quick. You do not want to mess with the SKUs because MyDesigns uses those to route the order properly to the printer. See, everything with selected categories, etc. is all good to go. The tags are all here. It's got the right shipping profile added. You can, by the way, edit this and adjust the pricing however you see fit, but we're going to give you the basic shipping profile. But you see, that's good to go. And all 10 of those were published in literally less than 60 seconds. So let's select this. So from the draft, we want to publish these. Click publish, pay the Etsy fee here. And now you have published your first print-on-demand products through MyDesigns. And it's that easy. This process may seem a little bit complicated because it's more about thinking about doing things in batches. You don't have to. You can do everything one by one. We have a lot of other really great features, like I mentioned earlier, built into MyDesigns. I didn't touch on those because I'm trying to keep this simple as possible. The idea and the goal is to get you to publish your first products to Etsy so you can start generating sales. Then you can continue to learn more of the advanced features of MyDesigns that will really take your Etsy business to the next level. But with that being said, let's move over to the Etsy shop. This is, again, just a demo shop. And you can see all of these products are here. So let's click into one of these. You can see the sizes we have here and the pricing. And, of course, the colors. The different markups here. So you can see that's how easy it was for you to either create designs or upload them, generate data using Vision AI, which is amazing, go through that publishing process, modify the products, select the products you want, modify them however you see fit, and then publish them in bulk. But that is it. So I wanted to cover that. Last part, I'm going to go back to MyDesigns. Let's say that I purchased this or a customer purchased this particular product. It will now appear, if you go to listings, once that product happens, it'll appear within 2 hours right here on your orders page. Keep in mind, these are just demo orders because it's a demo account again. But your order will pop up here and automatically you will process the payment and send it off to the printer. Now, if you do have manual order fulfillment set at the settings level under your shops, then you'll have to approve the order first. So you click it like this. You'll have to approve it here before we charge your card and send it to the printer. But if you have it turned off, it'll automate that. If it is a personalized product that you published, then of course we will not automatically fulfill that. It'll come to the orders page just like this where you have to manually approve it. Because if it's personalized, which is my next thing I want to talk about, we have it built in where you can just click here. There will be a personalization button right here. You can just click it. And you can see that these different text layers, if you created this in Canvas inside MyDesigns, saved it as an editable design, then published it as a personalized product, you can actually edit that right here on the orders page. Let's go. Obviously, that's way too big there. So let's adjust the size. This is just an example, obviously not very good, but overwrite. That's how easy it is for you to add personalization to a product. And another thing is that because this isn't an actual personalized product from Etsy, it'll actually show you the request from the customer. So it's really simple. You can see that's updated. I can click this to mock up to see the preview. And when you're good with everything, you click approve order. Again, that's for personalized orders or orders that need manual order fulfillment. So that is how that works on the order side. It's really intuitive, really easy. And that's pretty much the whole flow from creating your MyDesigns account, connecting your Etsy shop, adding your payment sources and return address, and uploading designs, generating listing data, and then publishing those products. Anyway, this video is getting kind of long. I hope you find that valuable. If you do, let me know by leaving a comment below. I'm going to be making a lot more content covering all of the various features of MyDesigns, including selling digital products like a whole beginner's guide like this, and a lot more. So if you like this video, be sure to subscribe to my channel, watch the blog post, or read the blog post if you're looking for a step-by-step guided tutorial that you can read and follow at your own pace. And you can also complement it with this video if you wish. They're both there available in the MyDesigns blog. But that's it. Have a great day. See you soon.